One of the sports world's most powerful men faces growing pressure to quit in the international soccer scandal. The Justice Department has charged 14 people, including top FIFA officials, in a $150 million corruption investigation. FIFA President Sepp Blatter canceled a scheduled speech this morning. UK Prime Minister David Cameron endorsed Blatter's opponent in an election that is set for Friday. And now Russian President Vladimir Putin says the U.S. is trying to take the 2018 World Cup away from his country. FIFA officials are meeting this morning in Switzerland. They must decide if tomorrow's presidential election should go ahead. Blatter is still expected to win a fifth term.
Soccer analyst Roger Bennett is with us. He is co-host of Men in Blazers, a very popular television program and podcast. Welcome, Roger.
Charlie, it's a great day to be here in America, country who yesterday gave the world their greatest contribution since the Marshall Plan.
Because it did what?
It did what we've always believed, anyone that's followed this story, what we've always known but never been able to prove. The Department of Justice, the IRS, the FBI stood up and called on FIFA and said it's corrupt. They said it's a World Cup of fraud. They cheesily said they're going to give it a red card. And they've stepped up to this man, Sepp Blatter, a wedding singer turned sports industrialist who sits over a medieval fiefdom, and they've said that it's corrupt. They've said there's fraud that's going on and that they are going to step up. With the election on Friday, this is either going to happen very quickly and he'll be pulled away, or this is going to be a long embroiled investigation which will pull in massive global brands and be humiliating for all.
I think the question still remains, if there was such widespread fraud and bribery as they allege, how is it that the president was not implicated, Sepp Blatter?
Well, he's not been implicated yet. I mean, sources in England who've been investigating him for years, and every time the English papers investigate him, he uses it to rally his base. This is Chicago politics on a global scale. That's how FIFA works. It's a medieval fiefdom. There's no democratic process, there's no transparency. Every time they investigate him, he rallies his base in Africa, he rallies his base in Asia and says they're trying to push us down. He may yet be implicated. I'm sure right now conversations are being had, exits are being negotiated, and political pressures are being applied.
Loretta Lynn, the Attorney General, said, in fact, when I was questioned about him, said the investigation continues.
Yeah, I mean, he's a cockroach. He is a political survivor. In the past, when he's been implicated, there's been resignations, but they've all been his enemies. There's been a purge, and he has stood up. So we'll see. He could well end up running FIFA from prison like Paulie Sorvino in Goodfellas.
You said it's not just a question of whether he survives, but it's a question of whether FIFA survives.
FIFA is a remarkably corrupt culture. I met with Jeffrey Webb, who is one of the 14 implicated, for breakfast last year, and I talked to him about his predecessor who'd been taken aside on corruption, and I said, what are you going to do to change the culture? And he said he was just one bad apple, and then he stuck a croissant in his mouth. So it's a rotten culture to the core, and just replacing Sepp Blatter doesn't mean we're going to transform FIFA. The question of how FIFA is transformed, the cultural transformation, transparency, accountability, democracy, everything that makes America great, that's a whole other conversation, Charlie.
And you said that America getting involved has really changed the game here, and you're calling on the sponsors now.
It's an amazing, Gail, it's the most amazing step. English investigators have gone after FIFA for a decade to no effect. They've actually made Blatter's hands stronger. But in America, finally waking up today. Charlie, you talk about football every 4 years with me. We're happy to be talking about it with you again.
Indeed.
For it to be on your show, for it to be A1 on the New York Times, for sponsors Visa, Budweiser, Coke and McDonald's to have pressure now applied on them on home base where they're supporting a brand. The World Cup in Qatar.
What do you think they should do, Roger? What do you think they should do?
Well, right now, I think Visa were the first to come out and say they're extremely concerned, which is marketing language for they're applying pressure. They need to take it to the next level. There's marketing code words that make it clear that if money, which is the only language FIFA understands, is going to still be siphoned to them, they have to make that transition at the top.
Any indication that Russia or Qatar are in danger of losing the World Cup?
Well, there's a Swiss investigation that's going on in parallel to the FBI investigation. They're looking directly at bags of money that have swapped hands in relation to that. To have a World Cup in Qatar, the Qatar is as big as Connecticut. The population is as large as New Mexico. It's 122 degrees there in the summer. Mars or Antarctica would be as logical. It's obviously a little questionable. I pray that there'll be World Cup USA 2022, but we're a long, long way from that reality.
Wow.
Thanks, Roger.
So, when are you and Sepp going to lunch?
He's going to... Seth, if you're watching, call me.
Yes,
I'm ready to stand for
interesting
FIFA.
conversation. Thank you, Roger. Men in Blazers. It's a really good podcasting show.